everybody, this is Eric. I want to make a correction to episode number 37. Throughout this episode, I referred to Sidney, Montana, and it should have been Victor, Montana. So I just wanted to make sure that was straightened out. I didn't want to record a whole new episode. So it's Victor, Montana, and not Sidney, Montana. Thank you. I want to welcome everybody to the show today. This is Eric Stark with Radio Arizona RV, the maintenance education show for the do-it-yourselfer. Now, in last episode, number 36, I started an announcement that something big is going to change at Arizona RV, and it certainly is. And that's what I want to talk about today. And to get right to it, not beat around the bush on this one, Arizona RV is moving to the state of Montana. Yes, you heard that right. Arizona RV, which has been a local business in the Yuma area for about 30 years now, is moving to Sidney, Montana, which is just a little north of Hamilton and about 40 miles south of Missoula. A location has been picked out, a name has been made, and the move is definite. And there are several reasons why. I know for some this might be kind of a shocker, others it might not mean a thing because you don't come to Yuma in the wintertime. So I want to kind of explain in a little detail why we're doing this and how it's going to work and over the overall big picture of it. And we feel it's important, or I feel it's important that everybody know this because we're not trying to do anything in secrecy here. And of course that's the case. I'm doing this on a podcast and it's going on the internet. And of course we'll be having a moving sale and all the good things that go along with it. So it's definitely not something we're hiding from the public or trying to keep quiet. It's not a going out of business type situation. We are just moving. So I want to start off with the reasons why. My wife's mother is having health problems. She's 80 years old. She has cancer. She's had hip replacements. And it's going to be too difficult for her in the coming months to take care of herself. And so she's going to need some help. And we are the two family members that can do this. Not to say that there aren't others in the family that aren't already helping, but her mother would really like to have her daughter there, my wife. And so Karen and I have decided that we will move. And along with that, we're going to take the business because we're still of working age. We can't just retire. We didn't want to sell the business. We'd rather just move it and continue on in Sidney, Montana. I want to say Hamilton because that's where we're moving to is Hamilton. It's just south of Sidney, a few minutes away. Everything's pretty close up there, so it's not a big deal. So her health reasons for my mother-in-law are why we're moving there. Now, I can't complain about moving to Montana. It's a beautiful state. You have snow, rain, which in, the Arizona, we don't really have that where we live in Welton or Yuma. No such thing as snow, very little rain. When it does rain, it's during the summertime, and it's humid, it's hot, it's nasty. So the rain's not really enjoyable. And I know for some of the listeners out there that snow and cold might be the opposite of what you really want, but we actually like that. So for us, this isn't going to be the worst move in the world. We can definitely work with it. It's a beautiful area. It's a beautiful part of Montana. We're going to be in the Bitterroot Valley, and it's just absolutely gorgeous there. The people are friendly, and a lot of our customers already live up in that area. So hopefully they'll catch on if they're not listening to the podcast. Maybe they don't hear about it, but hopefully they'll catch on when we get up there, that they'll realize that the new RV town or the RV parts and accessory store in town is us. So the move we're looking forward to in some ways. Other ways we're not, having to take care of someone who's not doing well, physically, probably going to be dying in, a matter of months, maybe 12 months, who knows. So that's part, it brings sadness to us, but the overall move will be nice, taking that out of the picture. And we do have to look ahead, look at the bigger picture. That is part of life. I think we all can relate to that. So we've decided on a new name for moving to Sidney, Montana. And the reason why is we felt that using Arizona RV in Montana just wouldn't make sense. Of course, we'd be at the front of the yellow pages all the time, but it really wouldn't have a local feel to it, and we do want to fit in. We don't want to stand out, and that name would stand out. We want to blend right in with the local community. We want to become part of the community in that sense. So the name we decided to use was Highway 93 RV Parts and Accessories. So Highway 93 is what it'll evolve into, and we already have the location. It's right on Highway 93 going through Victor, Montana. I don't have the address in front of me, but it will be easy to find. There'll be signs, of course, and will be found on the internet. And there is a website, highway93rv.com. It's not jam-packed with information, but it has enough to explain what we're doing. And, things will change over time, but we're going to use the corporation name or the corporate name, Arizona RV Parts, Inc. We have no plans on getting rid of that because that basically works in the background anyways. We can do business as just about anything we want. So we're going to be doing business as Highway 93 RV. So with that change, it's not going to change anything else. All of our websites are going to stay the same. Arizona RV Parts Center, hotboatropes.com, sunpromfg.net and .com, radioarizonarv.com. For the time being, they're going to stay the same. Highway 93 probably will eventually become an e-commerce site, just rather than a little bit of information on us, the move, and the address. So actually, you can go to highway93rv.com and look at the address and get a little more or some information on the move itself or why we're doing it. So I kind of missed this step. The other thing is, with the change in the demographic in Yuma, business is getting much harder to do. It's hyper competitive. It's harder to make a living, and tied in with my mother-in-law's health, from a business standpoint, we decided it's also time to move as well. It's harder to make a living in the Yuma area. Like I said, it's hyper competitive. So that was another prompt as well. Although it's not that we have a dislike of the area, it's harder to make a living, and we have to be realistic because we are still of working age and we have to make a living. And a lot of our customers who already know that we're moving, they agree with that. They see it. They understand it because they know that Yuma is one of the cheapest places in the country to have work done on your RV because there's so many people doing it and the prices just get driven down every year. They don't go up. They seem to just go down. So we're going to opt out of that and move. So now back to the name change and such. So the websites will stay the same. An e-commerce site will probably be coming. I'm already pondering that. What I'm thinking of is an e-commerce site that will show our real-time inventory in the store. And these are little things that are being worked out right now, how feasible it'll be, how easy it'll be to do. But I think that'd be a great plus for anybody up in the area. Even if we were going to stay here locally, it'd be a great plus. But this change is also coming with other technology changes that we're making. So now would be the time for us to do it. It's going to be hectic doing this, implementing this, and also moving at the same time. But we feel it's something we need to do and start out fresh with Highway 93 RV and make some changes for the website and our point of sale system in the store at the same time where everything's connected and visible online. So that's the tentative plan. But that's not really part of the big picture here. The move is the big picture. And I'm sure some people are going to be upset. Some of our customers are going to be a little disappointed that we moved. We left the area because we were very convenient in Welton. But it's nothing personal. It's business and life, if you will. Sometimes life catches us. And many of our customers know you're older. You have aging parents, just like we do. And sometimes you have to do things that change your life for a little bit. And so that's why we're doing it. But again, it's nothing personal. So the move is coming. We're thinking about the middle of May. We're starting to work on things. I never really use dates in my podcast. I just have a thing about dating them, but today is April 7th of 2018. So next week on April 13th and 14th, that's a Friday and Saturday, we will be having a moving sale, if you will. Not a going out of business sale, but a moving sale. So we're going to be clearing out inventory, store fixtures, seating, chairs, desks. I mean, certain things that we just don't want to move. Some tools, household stuff, toolboxes, tools, various items that just we don't want to move. And, we want to take only what we need to make this simple. It's going to be a daunting task as it is, renting a semi to do this, packing it, getting up there, unloading it so the the fewer things we have to bring, the better. So again, that's April 13th and 14th, store-wide sale. We don't think we're going to run out of inventory or anything, but it's a way to get rid of the other stuff. The store will have 30% off on everything in the store in stock. That won't apply to online sales or phone-in calls or anything like that. So please keep that in mind. If you're looking for a deal, you're not going to just be able to call in and get that deal over the phone. We're not shipping stuff, and it's not on our awning fabrics or any of those things. It's just everything in stock within the store. So we're looking forward to this. As big as it might be, we're looking forward to it. And as far as we're concerned, it's business as usual until we move. And we figure it's going to take us about a week or so to get set up there, and then we'll reopen. Our official opening date will be June 1st, but I'm sure we'll be open a week before that, a soft opening, if you will. We need to have phone lines put in, internet. There's a lot of things we're working on in the background, which I'm sure you can imagine. But some things we're just waiting until we get up there. So we're going to move in the middle of May and hopefully be ready to open a week before or the last week of May, and with everything working. Like I said, the phone lines, internet, have business cards, stationery, all the good stuff. So we are ready to go. And that's our big plan. And that's the big announcement. And like I said, for some, it's not that big of a deal. If you've never shopped in our store, maybe you've never even called us or anything, but for the people who have used us and our customers, many will be disappointed. We have a great loyal following, and that following is growing every day. We get more phone calls than ever now, people asking questions about products that we sell, purchasing over the phone, because it's just, for some, it's easier than doing it online, calling with questions about various parts of an RV. It's amazing the phone calls we get, and I encourage everybody to call us. I have no problem answering answering questions on the phone. Even if you aren't in our area, if you're not going to buy the part from us, I don't mind helping. That's part of what I do here at Radio Arizona RV, the maintenance and education show, because I want you to know how to do it yourself. So all the great things will still continue, and right up to just about the day of moving, maybe a couple days before we actually start loading the truck, we'll have to shut it down. But we're going to keep things shut down for a minimal amount of time. And our 800 line, 800-789-5588, that will be transferred to Victor, Montana. Our main local number, 928-782-2989, we will have that forwarded to Montana as well. That might just go to an answering machine. We're not sure yet. But we do want to keep that phone number live and active because it has been in use for about 30 years. So we really don't want to see that go. And any savvy competitor would call the phone company and try to get that line put under their name, which is exactly what I would do. So that's part of my reason as well. Forward it to us. We keep it for another year or two. Then the phone company won't let it go out for another year or so. So that ties it up for maybe 3 years. By then, all of our competitors will have forgotten about us. Well, probably not. We've had a lasting impression, or I seem to make a lasting impression on people, especially in the local area, with our great prices and great service and taking care of business and our customers the way we should, based on decades of customer service, which has been part of Arizona RV from when my dad owned it to now. So that great tradition will not fade away, and we won't allow it. So we will be remembered, I'm sure. So that's the big announcement. I'm sure everybody listening just kind of got that right at the beginning, and okay, I don't need to listen anymore, but I did want to talk about the websites, the phone number, the relocation, the highway93rv.com website. We're working on a lot of different things at one time right now. But like I said, when we go to Montana, everything will come together. It'll be a wonderful thing, and the local residents of Montana, I think, are looking forward to it. I was up there for about a week, talked to plenty of business owners, talked to people in general, radio stations, talked to a lot of people, and there's definitely a need for an RV and parts, or RV parts and accessories store. So hopefully we fill that need and we meet the expectations of everybody there. So that's the update. So now this is episode number 37, and I'm not really getting into the maintenance today or the education aspect of of this show, which is normally what I would do, but because the announcement I felt was important enough to just take the time out and just focus on that. So I hope no one's disappointed about the lack of educational material on the show, but it certainly is important to us, and we want as many people to know as possible that we're moving, and we're doing this publicly. We're not hiding. We're not relocating because of bad business practices. We're relocating out so everybody can see it. They know where we're going. They can still get a hold of us. You know, this isn't some shady move. I know some businesses have done this in the past and will continue to do it in the future, but it's certainly not what we're doing. This is a public move, and we want to continue on serving our customers, whether it's in Montana now, customers that come to Yuma, or ones around the country, whether it's United States, Canada. We have a broad customer base. So I want to thank you for listening today, and pass this on to anybody you know. Let them know if they've been buying from us or they're a customer at some level, or even calling in for information, that they can still do all the same stuff, but we are just relocating. So I want to thank you again for listening. And this is Eric Stark with Radio Arizona RV. And you can also check out www.radioarizonarv.com. Thank you. You know, I'm getting sidetracked here. But you know, the manufacturers, they have the installation instructions usually. They have the frequently asked questions. If you're uncertain about something, they generally have an 800 number, and you can call them and say, hey, I'm looking at this brake controller. You know, I'm looking at the Voyager, and I want to know this. And they'll be able to answer the question, but they might say, hey, you know what, rather than answer your question, why don't you let me ask you some questions? They start asking you questions that maybe you didn't even think of. The weight of the trailer, what kind of train you're going to be traveling on, you know, the tow vehicle. You know, they get into all these things. They might say, you know what, you might be better off with the Primus brake controller or the Prodigy. You know, it could change. And that's what they're there for. And then you can call a dealership, someone who sells parts and accessories, and they might ask you the same questions or similar questions and come to the same conclusion. But the manufacturer sometimes is the best place to start. Then after you find that brake controller, then you go to your local RV store and you say, this is the one I'm looking for, and you buy it. You like that?